So you do exactly the opposite of Obama and Holder, pretty much. I mean, okay, let's hear what the people say, and then I'll just do the opposite through executive order, whereas you as a congressman actually listen to the needs of your people. And wow, what a novel approach. Well, we appreciate that.
Our Constitution was bent, was based upon, we the people, the people's house.
Yeah.
A government for the people and with the people and for the people. So
they have that reversal. They think, that we work for them instead of the other way around. Now, your state, let me tell you, Governor Palin always talks about Alaska, how it's very similar to Texas, and as far as the values and as far as the people. And, I mentioned Ted Cruz before out of Texas as being one of the big guys in the Senate that you can trust. And here you are in Arizona. You have a big gubernatorial race coming up as well. But, I see so many people in Arizona that Governor Palin has backed and has talked about, and rightfully so. And what I noticed the same from her in Alaska, from Cruz in Texas, and from yourself and others in Arizona is that you are able to go out there, call out Obama, call out the left, call out the GOP on things that they're doing wrong, and still survive. So why is it so hard for so many others? It seems like, I don't know if they're looking at polls or listening to the Karl Roves of the world or what, but it seems that some don't want to, step on toes per se or what have you, maybe worried about their own hide. And meantime, it shows that y'all have been very effective in doing just that because you make sense.
Well, I didn't run for this position for the title. I did because I was concerned about the direction of my country, our country. And it meant that we have to start listening to Main Street because that's where, all politics are local, Kevin. And what's so great about Arizona, and it's wonderful that Governor Palin has seen our mantra, is that we question. We were withheld from coming into the union by President Taft because we wanted to recall federal judges. Boy, were we ahead of our time. But we've always questioned. You may not like our questions about what's problematic, but we're not afraid of asking the questions. And we're also not afraid to bring solutions to the table. We feel like that if we see the problem, that we should be owners to ourselves to bring forward a solution. And I think that's you got to be honest to yourself. If you have to be also go out to the people and present yourself. You don't always have to agree, but to present yourself is half of the battle. To engage with the communities, to show that you really like them, that this is a collaborative. This is a competitive, this is an interactive discipline. They give you kudos just for even showing up. And I think that when you take it to the next step of engaging and listening to them and putting their hard ideas and hard work into bills, into laws that strengthen the Constitution and build upon its framework, they're happy to say, hey, here comes Congressman Gosar. We love what he's doing because it's all about us, not about him.
That's well said. And Arizona is a wonderful state. Governor Sarah Palin talking about you specifically. She's called you a principled conservative who stayed true to the Tea Party ideals that sent him to Congress in 2010 and certainly back there in 2012, and we hope back there again. How can people find out more about your campaign as we head toward a huge election day?
They can go to my website at gosarforcongress.com. And then we've also done a leadership pack, Kevin, as well, and it's Paul PAC, and it stands for Protection Against Unjust Laws. And we thought that was very fitting in regards to the framework that we were the number one nemesis for the Attorney General of the United States, holding his feet to the fire in Fast and Furious and Benghazi, the IRS. We wanted to see him indicted. We wanted to see him impeached because of his egregious wrongdoings to the Constitution. So from that standpoint, we're always, and they can reach me at my house at gosar.house.gov. And so we always love the interaction between people far and wide, and not just in our district, not just in our state, but across the country, because ideas and those lights are enigmatic in their nationwide. They're not limited to just to one area.
Isn't it amazing the things you just rattled off, like Fast and Furious, Benghazi? I mean, we're talking about people's lives lost, and you hear from liberals who are crying about Watergate. I mean, it's just amazing what we've seen under some of these people who really need to be looked at from legal standpoint when they get out of here. But that's another fish to fry. We want to get our great congressman here, Representative Paul Gosar, back to Congress, 3-time endorsee from Governor Palin. And, when Governor Palin first hit the national scene, she was talking drill, baby, drill. Everybody thought it was about oil, but I guess, it was also about being pro-dentist, right?
That's exactly right. There's a vestige that you have, and I show those forceps to bureaucrats. It shouldn't be about pulling teeth, but I'm happy to pull teeth. They just don't get any anesthetic, and the power of that goes far and wide.
Sounds good. All right, Congressman Gosar, we thank you so much for being here as always, and a great friend to the program, and best of luck on Tuesday for you and everything in your state and across this country. We'll be watching intently. Get out and vote and smile while you do it because it's fun taking back your country. Thank you, sir. Bye-bye, Kevin. Learn more at gosar4congress.com. That's GOSAR, 4Congress.com. Election Day is Tuesday. Huge elections all across this country. Of course, the much ballyhooed battle for control of the U.S. Senate. Also big races in the House, gubernatorial contests, and many local races as well. Right now, a quick rundown of all the candidates endorsed by Sarah Palin. Along with Congressman Gosar, who was our special guest today from Arizona, Palin is also backing others running for a seat in the House, including Barry Loudermilk in Georgia, Dave Bratt in Virginia, Dan Bongino in Maryland, Clint Didier in Washington, Tom Emmer in Minnesota, and Zach Dasher in Louisiana. For U.S. Senate, the governor is behind Tim Scott in South Carolina, Ben Sasse in Nebraska, Joni Ernst in Iowa, Pat Roberts in Kansas, and, of course, our Mama Grizzly radio contributor, Colonel Rob Maness in Louisiana. Palin has also endorsed a few gubernatorial candidates, including Nikki Haley in South Carolina, Greg Abbott in Texas, Pete Ricketts in Nebraska, Doug Ducey in Arizona, and the unique Unity ticket in Alaska of Walker and Malott. And Governor Palin is backing 4 Attorney General hopefuls, Leslie Rutledge in Arkansas, Mark Brnovich in Arizona, Nevada's Adam Lexalt, and Ken Paxton out of Texas. Worth noting, she is not officially endorsed by Palin, but the governor did express support in an online post for New York congressional hopeful Elise Stefanik. Many of these Palin-powered candidates have appeared right here on the Palin Update this year, and you can hear all their appearances just by going to mamagrizzlyradio.com and clicking on broadcasts. There you will find the shows, and you can pick the show you want to hear. Among those interviews that you can tune into anytime, Sasse, Ernst, Roberts, Maness, Loudermilk, Didier, Bongino, Emmer, Dasher, Gosar, Ricketts, Ducey, and Rutledge. A slew of tremendous candidates endorsed by Governor Sarah Palin. To see any of the governor's posts in their entirety, including many of her full endorsements of these candidates, visit Sarah Palin's Facebook page, follow her on Twitter at Sarah Palin USA, and visit sarahpalinchannel.com.